I really do believe box office numbers are important. But when I see posters with 100 crore, 200 crores, I feel it's like those Instagram influencers with 20 million followers. We don't know where they got them from, right? So, and there was a time where, if someone had 1 million followers, we were like, wow, amazing. Then 50 million isn't enough. So I don't get into that, whether it's social media or box office numbers.
For all film related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Hello, Shruti. Lovely to see you. So I see you're all set with a bestseller. And it's very interesting seeing you, who's a fan and a writer. So what was it about playing her? And it's your digital debut. What took you so long?
Oh, I don't know what took me so long per se. I think I was waiting for the right part. I always knew that when I entered into the space, I wanted to have the opportunity to be a part of a female-led story, a really strong female character. And this was that opportunity. And the whole story of Bestseller, just as a story, just as a read, irrespective of whether I was a part of it or not, was so exciting. Like, I just couldn't put it down. And I'm not just saying it to like promote it and be like, our movie is the best movie, our show is the best show. Not that, but genuinely such a fantastic read. And I knew I had to play this part. So I was super, super excited. All the characters are wonderful, the interactions. So it's really something I hope people will enjoy.
No, it's interesting. Whatever I could gauge, I'm yet to watch the entire series, is when you become the story yourself, and also drawing upon the writer, the fan aspect. Any resonance did you find? Because you have seen both sides.
Not really. And I think my aim has been not to, there are some actors who like to, I think I was reading something about Angelina Jolie, who's like, I have to find that similarity with us to perform it in a particular way. I feel that for me, it's the opposite, right? Even in the kind of friends I choose in my life, I actually look for things that I don't have, that I don't have in my own personality, that I don't have in my own life story. And I think I've been choosing character, like now, how many ever years down the line, I can say that I've been choosing those kind of women as well to play, where I don't have to say, oh, this part of me is relating to this. And to rather focus on the overarching drives and motivations of women were also, different and complicated and layered. So I think I connect to every woman's, I'm making that compassionate choice even in my life to connect to every woman and try and understand the story. So I'd say it's more of that than relating to Neetu as a character at all. There's nothing in common with her and me.
True. And also the great thing about OTT is it's freed women. I mean, women across all ages from, firstly, ageism. They have narratives all around them, giving them a wider platform, because in the cinema, you and me both know, the story is written up around the hero and then the other characters come in. We are yet to see a story being written around a woman. Do you think the OTT, actually streaming platforms, have been fantastic for female talent across?
See, Pooja, I'm sure you're aware of it because you're someone who's in this space, is that I being from the South originally, have seen female-led stories, be it like, an Anushka-based film or a Nayanthara-based film. And, really proud to say these have come out of Telugu and Tamil. And, these are female-driven stories. We've seen them, and we've seen them bring in the box office numbers, which, it's all well and dandy to have a wonderful idea to empower women. It's another ball game altogether. The women can bring the bucks home, so to speak, So I've seen that consistently. We also saw a few spits and bursts of it in Bollywood, I feel. But I've always said that for every 10 films in the South, we've had one that was female-driven without a doubt every year. So that's the kind of culture I've come from. And if anything, I got a lot of flack in the past for never participating in those at all. But I also feel that, overall, I feel that all stories are required. The reason these male-driven stories with, the rotating character wheel, as I call it, around them, that also has, I think, the majority of the audience. I found it very exciting as well to interject, palatable feminism into those stories, or not palatable at times, depending on the situation. So I feel that OTT, the basic thing that I find really interesting in all of this, more than female stories, is the topic of ageism that you brought up. Now, it's not something I'm facing currently, because I think I'm very clear about, okay, I'm in my 30s. I don't want to be the cutie poo in tiny shots. I can't do it anymore. Probably could, I do a lot of squats, but you know what I mean. So, but I think ageism is something that Hollywood had dealt with for a long time. And the question here is, we see male actors come into their own only past 40. And then you want to stop, you want to shut the door on women. And here's the simple thing. I've played roles in my 20s and I've given it my best. But the experience I bring from being in my mid-30s is incomparable. The stories you can tell with your own life experience comes only after 30, 35. So ageism is such a silly problem to have, because it's actually, the power that comes with experience in any field, any profession, is just amazing.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what Madhuri Dixit said, who's also making a digital debut, saying, what do you have? I have experience. Leave the stardom. I have the experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's amazing. So, I mean, what was the bestseller when they came to you, like a page turner? What was it that did it for you? Like, I'm sure you were approached to play headline other characters. What was it about this particular show that you said, fine, I'll make this debut with this?
Well, first of all, my character was super interesting, but that's never just enough, right? Because I'm a writer myself. I enjoy writing. I love reading. It's the play of characters. It's the play of characters off of each other, where every character weaves in so seamlessly and every story matters. And that's what I love about this series.
You're a writer. If you were to write a bestseller, what would it be called?
Angry Women Do It Best. No, I'm kidding.
That's an amazing title, yeah. I mean, it'll work very well.
Should we do it, Pooja?
Absolutely, please. I am a very angry woman. I'll join you. There's a lot of
Let's do it.
But honestly, Shruti, another thing about this is it also frees you from box office numbers. Do you feel the star system has been upended? Now we have so many platforms. Personally, for someone who's seen both sides.
See, I'll tell you, box office numbers are important for the business, right? But it's just like Instagram followers, they've been inflated several times. They've been deflated for others. They've just, it becomes numbers. And I think the real people who know these numbers and are the distributors who are either getting or not getting their money, or they're being daisy linked into the next project. Like, these are back end things, right? I really do believe box office numbers are important. But when I see posters with 100 crore, 200 crores, I feel it's like those Instagram influencers with 20 million followers. We don't know where they got them from, right? So, and there was a time where, if someone had 1 million followers, we were like, wow, amazing. Then 50 million isn't enough. So I don't get into that, whether it's social media or box office numbers, because a lot of it is posturing, right? And I feel, especially with platforms like OTT, with platforms like Amazon, they're really playing with what those numbers mean. Because when you give the audience the choice to choose what they want to see, the numbers sort of start evaporating. But as I said, as a business, these numbers, when they truly translate, are super, nutritious to the process of the business.
True. And also going forward, what next? Are we going to see you more in this space? Because, I mean, someone who sings, is in the movies, digital, what next?
I mean, it totally depends. It depends. The one rule I've made for my life is to not have too many rules or plans, and to instinctively follow what I want to do as an artist. So it totally depends on that.
So if your life was a musical, what would the marquee say?
Oh, the show must go on, I think.
Awesome. And describe yourself in a hashtag.
Hashtag difficult.
Come on. A book you would want to adapt that intrigues you feel should be made into a movie or a series?
I've always been a fan of Matilda, and they did adapt it. So I loved that. And I even saw the musical. My sister's currently in London, and I was like, go watch it. I just love that story so much, Roald Dahl's Matilda.
Absolutely. And lastly, Shruti, if you had a magic wand, which is that one change you would want to bring into the business, into the industry, like, do it.
Equal pay.
This is what, and funny you say that. Even Bhumi Pednekar just spoke to her. She says equal pay. Can't fight for it too long. I am doing as
And
much as you are.
trust me, if you understood the real disparity, you'd need a magic wand.
No, as Tapsi said, you can make 3 movies with just a heroine, a top-class heroine, with the salary of a remuneration of 1 hero-driven project.
Absolutely. Yep.
And why do you think they don't get this?
They'll get it. It's a reflection. I don't think the boys are being mean on purpose. It's just the reflection of the society we live in and the markets determining who watches what currently.
I think we need more women in the boardroom.
And in every room outside of the kitchen and bedroom, yes. Yes.
Well said, my girl. And here's more bestsellers to you and
Thank
bestsellers,
you.
albums, movies, anything. Just
Thank
be the
you
way
so
you are.
much.
You're just amazing.
Thank you, Pooja. Bye.
Thank you, my dear. Bye.
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 If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.